Marshall and James Madison. Well, what do you know? James Madison no longer unbeaten straight up or ATS after last week against Georgia Southern. Losing outright as double-digit favorites. They'll look to bounce back, laying 13.5 here against Marshall, 53 being the total in this game. So obviously I was going to back James Madison until they lost. They finally did last week against Georgia Southern, 45-38. The defense, look, I got to give Clay Elton credit. I was dead wrong on this Georgia Southern team. I thought they'd be bad. I didn't like the hire. Clay Elton's done a nice job here at Georgia Southern. Nice win for them against James Madison. Even Kyle Van Treese looking like a competent quarterback after transferring from Buffalo for that Georgia Southern team. So tough loss for James Madison. The offense is still very, very good with Todd Centeio, the quarterback, the very explosive offense. They put up at least 30 points in 4 straight games. They probably should have success here against Marshall. Marshall's defense is capable. We've seen them give up 23 or less in 3 straight games. They held Troy to 16. They held Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns to 23. But the problem lately has been the offense. Really outside of the Notre Dame upset win, and then they lost to Bowling Green but they scored 31. The offense has kind of dried up. They only put up 7 against Troy. The offense struggled against Louisiana Lafayette last week in that upset loss. Henry Columby was only 9 of 13 in that game, and I believe he got replaced by Cam Fancher. Came into the game after that, and it was just the offense just never got in sync. So keep an eye on this from the quarterback situation for Marshall going into this game. James Madison, what else is new? They're taking money again. I'm probably going to lay off James Madison this week. I mean, they finally lost straight up in ATS for the first time. I'm not rushing to get back on the JMU bandwagon. But again, if I was ever going to endorse Marshall, I would need to look at who's going to be quarterback for them because there's some question who it's going to be early in the week. What do you think here, Connor?
Yeah, I think that's a key. And this Marshall offense is just starting to look not very good the last few. We talked about Saturday. I get James Madison kept rolling, but the double-digit favorite on the road, 2 touchdowns, they got to win. That always puts when I look at these, I pump the brakes. So, and maybe that's here. And it's not that I'm rushing with Marshall after I've seen them the last few weeks, but they are at home. I got to see that quarterback, what's going on there with the situation in this one. One thing I do know, I think James Madison will score. So maybe you look at a team total with them. It's just, can they cover the 2 touchdowns here? It'll be close. So I lean them, but I don't know if I get to the window.